is our second post on service mastery. It will look into the insights of how we go about setting a table and how important it is to communicate with your chefs. So I really just want to highlight the importance of communication between the floor and the chef and how service takes place. It is hugely important for the stewardess or chief stewardess to be in communication with your sous chef or your chef, whoever might be on duty at the time, so that service runs smoothly. You don't want to be rushing around trying to set the table because the stewardess before you on duty didn't know what to pull for lunch. On a yacht, generally speaking, the evening person starts to pull for breakfast, and then the breakfast person starts to pull for lunch, and the lunch person starts to pull for dinner if all goes according to plan, depending on how busy your charter is and how quick your turnover is. Today we are going to go over a few basics in table setting, that being our starter and main, and dessert. It is very menu specific in terms of what crockery and cutlery one pulls. However, I'll focus on a general setting, quite a basic setting that is the basics of how one sets a table at weddings and say for casual luncheon on a yacht. But you will notice that I'm wearing gloves. This is of huge importance, specifically on yachts, because when you're pulling crockery and cutlery, we don't want fingerprints on our silverware. Specifically if the charter beforehand in our turnover we've gone and polished our silverware and then polished our stainless with vinegar and water. That's another tip you guys should write down as stewardesses. However, you'll see that I have got a main knife and a starter knife. For those of you who don't know, your knife always goes on the right hand side. Your main knife is always on the inside and your starter knife always on the outside. In terms of how we go about our courses, we always start on the outside and we move through to the inside, as well as how we clear. So we always clear from the outside and move inward. Then I'll get my fork, my starter fork and my main fork. They go on the left hand side. Again, the starter fork on the outside and the main fork on the inside. Specifically on the yachts and when we are setting wedding tables, we like everything uniform. I prefer the starter knife and fork to be level at the bottom so that the bottoms even up together. It all just depends. Generally, stewardesses like their specific way of setting a table. And then you'll see I've just got a simple starter plate which I place on the left hand side of my setting or above the fork, and then my main plate. The main plate only generally goes on the table once we know what's being served. If it's buffet style, we generally have a table set up with the plate on that table. If we have a butler service, which means that the stewardesses do a synchronized service and serve the food to their guests, then you'll have your plates on your table, and then for plated service, the chefs will have the plates in the kitchen, and that's the way the stewardesses roll. Although this was short and sweet, I just want to highlight that the communication between chief stewardess, floor manager with the chef is of huge importance. Wearing your gloves when you are setting your table so to avoid fingerprints, and then going on about how you polish silver with silver polish, and then your stainless steel always has a beautiful shine if you use vinegar and water mixed together. This is just a little tip